The Scale Podcast, episode 2. Bro, we need to get some imaging for the show. I'm gonna make some imaging for the show. We need voiceovers, actually.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, those things.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Don't worry about that.
Okay. This guy, you're not bringing me in on any of the IP. You're like, you know what? I'll handle it. Don't worry about what I do.
Nah, dog. You save lives. That's your job. You make sure people are alive. I got this.
Oh man. Okay. Now that's true.
Man, the most immediate thing I wanted to check out was Def Jam Africa.
Hey man.
Yeah, Def Jam Africa. Yeah, or Universal Part 2. But mostly Def Jam Africa.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling about that, bro? Like, it just broke. They signed the whole of Universal, basically.
Essentially.
Yeah.
What are my viewpoints, man? I don't know, because I've been thinking about. First, I saw it and I was like, okay, sure. And then I thought about it and I was like, this is a lot to happen. It's a lot to happen. When they said what their roster is, I'm like, okay, this is amazing. Then I thought about it. I was like, firstly, it's essentially one in the same in certain respects. But then I thought, hey man, I'm sure there has to be a difference. Otherwise, there wouldn't have been a need.
There wouldn't, yeah.
Why would you have done it? So I've seen people, because I've been watching the commentary, and a lot of people have been like, it's just the same thing. It's the same thing. But I was trying to see where things might change. And I thought maybe, okay, contractually, we can't say much about it.
We don't know anything.
We don't know anything. But I think some of the stuff that has come out is that those that were doing JVs are still doing JVs with them. I don't know. So people are saying, no, I think,
as much as it's the same thing, it's not really the same thing. I think they're selling the legacy of Def Jam. You know what I mean? I think that's the strong selling point of it, because in Def Jam is this historical label. And I mean, Def Jam been looking to come into SA or Africa. Universal is an obvious option because I mean there's somewhat of a relationship there. So let's see how it goes.
But do you think? Okay, I've got two questions. I must try to remember the second one. But the important one I wanted to ask is: what do you think will be the most immediate change that we'll see?
I think it's going to be more of a direct line to the US game. I think it's going to be more straightforward. You're not going to go through Universal. That's going to call. No. If they sign you here and they want to push you that side, well, there's piano playing somewhere. Wait, hold on. Sorry, my YouTube was playing piano. Anyway, I'm saying it's going to be a more direct line to the overseas market. I think that's the biggest win. But otherwise, just another major, bro. Like, I don't see them coming with anything new. That's what I think. Could be.
Okay. Then the other question there, the second question was, what does it then mean for your up and coming? Like, does this whole Def Jam Africa? Because one of the articles I read, they said that the idea is that essentially they're going to focus on their roster, what they've got right now, but apparently they're supposed to be opening it up to they're going to have an office in Lagos as well as Johannesburg. So they're going to focus on some new artists in those two areas, and then from there branch out to the rest of the continent. This is my second question. Do you believe that this is actually, let me ask it like this. What does this mean for the up and comer?
They haven't communicated their intentions for upcoming artists, so I don't think I would be too excited if I was an upcoming artist. Let's see what they have to do, man. Like, they haven't made it public as to how they feel about upcoming guys. So I would take a relaxed position right now, but just keep working, man. I mean, you can't keep chasing them. You know what I mean? So it's a matter of see what they have to do. And I mean, they won't start with the younger guys if they haven't done what they have to do with the already existing guys, like you were saying. So let's watch it. For me, it was quite interesting. Like, if Def Jam believes they should be in Africa, then it means we're doing something right.
Okay, so the recognition would be great. I think they've also got offices in the UK and Japan as well.
You see what I mean?
So, yeah.
Those are major markets to play.
Yeah.
Japan especially.
Yeah.
So
they
for them to
that
be
there's
like,
something
hey,
there.
yeah. So for them to be like, hey, SA's got next, then let's go, Def Jam Africa. Def Jam
I don't know. I honestly don't know what to think about the whole situation. I don't know if it means sure, for the upcomers, I believe it means nothing right now. Maybe in the next 5 years, someone who is on the way up will eventually then get signed to Def Jam. If they're hip hop act, they'll get signed to Def Jam as opposed to UMG. But I don't think it's going to be massive for them. In terms of what it's going to mean for everything else, I don't think so. I'm thinking on the back end, how much can actually change on the back end if these guys they were already being managed in South Africa?
They already own, bro. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a great branding exercise for them. It's a fresh wave of majors. I mean, we've had the same majors for a while now. It's a fresh wave, bro. Like it's something new, I guess, but we'll see how they do things.
Another thing that I spotted now is certain gigs are giving dates. They're giving 2020 dates. They're giving 2020 dates for events. Like that I found quite weird.
That's a bit tricky, dog.
Tricky? There's nothing tricky about it, bro.
That's a bit tricky, dog. Why would you do that?
Optimistic, but I tell you what, they're trying to sell pre's. They're selling pre's.
The pre-sold.
Trying to sell pre's for events that are happening in September. Sharp, it's okay, but then what happens when September comes? Are you giving money back? Are you then shifting to next year?
If I was a promoter, I would put it in the T's and C's. People would read that stuff. I'd just say, yo, I can't give you money, but I'll just give you a ticket to my next show.
Which might be in 2022. Nice. nice.
Don't hate the player, man.
Yeah, I feel you.
Hate the game.
I feel you.
But that's not gonna happen, dude. I think 2020 is finished, bro. Like we must forget about this year. If you're not already inside,
inside. What do you mean inside?
In a corporation, in a deal already, in a moving something, in a moving engagement, you can't want to go start deals now, or want to start endorsements now, or not, it's tricky, dog. Corporates are just funding money, just throwing money at the people who are already on their roster. So if you're a deal with Nike is going to give the people that are with Nike. You're not going to see them go out and.
So now, what's the move? What's the move for these guys? Because I was watching, I think it was the podcast I was watching. They were talking about how for some people now, you're sitting at home, you've got projects. Né? People have all these rollout. People watching, they have all these rollout strategies ready to go, and things are having to be pushed back and stuff. What are they doing now in the meantime?
Must relax.
That's true.
You really need to relax. Like, you can't fight COVID, bro. That's just where the game is right now, bro. Because if you had 500K marketing spend for billboards and whatever, who's gonna see your billboard?
So now, shouldn't the push be? Because every time this has happened, where musicians have not been able to make content, whether it be whatever stock market crash it was, it happened 10 years ago. That type of time where you hit a brick wall for a bit as an artist, and then the resurgence. There's always that resurgence, but then that resurgence, how does that go? What's happening? Because I think the last time there was a resurgence, that's when we saw streaming numbers shoot.
Oh yeah, go up. Yes. Yeah.
So now, what happens now? Because you're saying, Sharp, they must relax. But then there might also be another resurgence. You're telling these cats to relax for something that isn't going to come back in its same shape or form.
True, but there's no kidding. I'm not seeing any alternatives to the current game. I mean, the people are playing around with the idea of having like drive-in concerts and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. So then VR concerts as well. That was a nice concept. I mean, it's nice.
That was a great concept, but
who was it?
It's not the same, bro.
Was it Tory Lanez? Who was it? I think it was. I'm not too sure. Who had the concert within the game?
It was Travis Scott on
Travis
Fortnite.
Scott. Yes, Fortnite.
On Fortnite.
Yeah.
That was dope. But how many people are playing Fortnite?
Dude.
It's a lot of people, but is it a lot of the commercial industry consumers? Or is it just people that just dig gaming?
Yeah, it's people that dig gaming.
They're not your immediate clientele, bro. These are not people that will come to a Moses Mabhida Stadium to feel like they're sitting at home anyway.
Yeah.
It's a
but isn't this the time
they bumped into you?
Isn't this the time to be trying to go find those cats, trying to find those people and convert them? Like, man, remember that guy that was in the, let me go. I know it's an ideal situation, but let me go check out his music.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, he did gain a following of some sort from the people who weren't already checking stuff out. But it's more of a
short term.
Bro, the game is tricky, dog. Like right now, the sharpest mind is going to come out on top. The sharpest mind is going to come out on top because there are no alternatives. You can't say, no, we're moving from streaming, going back to physical. Like when we move from physical to streaming, there's no alternatives, bro. It's either you have to make the most of digital. And there are so many people on digital, bro. So many people. Everyone has a phone, bro. So now the barrier that existed when the only promo was radio doesn't exist because of the internet.
Yeah.
Everyone moved to the internet. Now, the barrier that was shows, radio, TV doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Because everyone is just online.
They're online, they're on their phone, they're on YouTube.
Yeah, so that stronghold that you would have on traditional mediums is gone. Not gone, but it's less effective now, bro. Because like you were saying last time on the first episode, you were saying there are big names that are trying to jump on this live thing, but they only have like 20 people in their live. Bro, you have 1 million followers. How are there 20 people on your live?
Doesn't make sense.
So it's sharpest mind is gonna win. After this, sharpest mind is gonna win.
I'm trying to do fortune telling, thinking that something.
What do you think? What do you think? You seem like you have a grand idea.
What?
You seem like you have a grand idea.
No, I don't. That's the thing. I think this is what's making me panic. I'm thinking to myself, is this the time to really be just chilling? Because like I said, there's a strategy to say we've got this money, we want to invest it in this artist, we're going to do X, Y, Z. We're going to send them to these shows. They're going to do all of these things. But even still, when we eventually emerge and we are now back to whatever normal is, does that strategy still play out? Do you need to go and change things? Do you need to, there is going to be a need to just shift things a little bit, but maybe there was a better way because of context.
Now that I understand the context of your question, yes, they still apply. Those strategies still apply. They just need tuning, like you said. They still apply because everything is just slowed down. It's not killed off. So I think it's just because the consumers now are in different consumption patterns. They're in different patterns now. Everyone is trying to, it's mobile. People are used to. I mean, we've been in this for like 60 days or so. And a habit is only after 21 days. So people are now used to getting the access points. You understand? Yeah, micro access points of getting the stuff that they used to get on TV and whatever, and the shows and whatever. And everyone right now is moving towards content. So I think content is the new wave of the game. Like the music or whatever you do will be used to supplement the content or promote the content, but AkaTV, for an example. His music now is not the main source of income. Now he's just pushing the platform because that's where the game is going now, bro. Platforms and ownership.
I think I saw that as well with what's his Maraza and his like that whole like radio setup. So something like that where the music it's an aspect of, but it's being attached to.
It's not the focus.
It's not the focus.
You're not Silas the producer. You're Silas.
Yeah.
Your Silas, no.
Who might have a dog, who might like to
who might have a, you understand? Who might be running SpaceX, who might be, so you need to have an alternative now, bro. I think the best way to go is content.
The space you're owning at the moment.
Who thought I'm not owning anything? I'm just doing my thing. I'm not out here with 10,000 followers like some people. I'm not out here telling niggas to swipe up like some people.
What are you saying, bro?
Content, bro. Content. I think that's why now. I mean, who would have thought that we would see brands paying people for live videos, or brands putting money in live videos? We never thought that stage of the game would come through. And I mean, now Instagram is offering badges where people can like pay to be like a certified fan. YouTube is doing the exact same thing. People can be certified fans.
So what does that look like now? You go in, you pay, you get the badge, and then
you get the badge. It's like being verified. So you're a verified supporter. So now everyone knows that if you have a badge, you put up the rack to say, yo, I support this guy. You know what I mean? I'm an official supporter.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? So stuff like that is the new wave. I mean, Miss Cosmo put out a link to her live mix on some platform. I don't know, it's P something like that. And then on the link itself, before you watch, the ticket is 90 Rand. You see what I mean? So stuff like that, like now
putting
it's
paywalls behind content
online. Yeah. It's the race to monetize now.
Yeah. Are we there yet, though?
Are
we there yet? Putting a paywall, especially
the South African market, or as artists?
No, as the South African market in particular.
Yes. It's just integrating the people who would want to pay physical cash online. People have been buying tickets for ages.
So it's like a computer ticket. If they can get it to be nice and user-friendly, then they're good to go.
Yes. I was about to say, as long as people can access and understand the process of buying the access, you know what I mean? So it's a measure of making people pay us easy. That's where we're at now. We must make people paying us very easy, so we can actually get payment, because people will pay for tickets and whatever. And since alcohol is home consumption anyway,
might as well have a young party in the The reason I'm asking also is,
see what I mean?
As music producers, beat makers, we've got your Airbits, your SoundCloud, not SoundCloud, what's this place called? BeatStars.
BeatStars, yes.
BeatStars, yeah. So with them, we've had a lot of people they upload their beats, they place them, they shop, but then after that, people go there, but they start using it like a SoundCloud. They're not going there to pay because they don't have a PayPal, and we can't use Stripe here yet. So you want to decrease the friction, but you're only decreasing friction for people overseas, that they're able to just PayPal you and then you're good to go. Whereas in South Africa, here I'm still getting people in my WhatsApp saying, hey man, I was just on your website looking through your Airbit or your whatever, your beats. Can I buy that beat? I'm going to send you money through Money Market at Checkers.
That would be what we call a gap in the market. That is really a gap in the market, because there's no straight away answer. You know what I mean? I think there's this system that I've encountered where people can pay with airtime. You see, like if they were donating or like sending money for a charity, they can use airtime. So if we can figure out something accessible like that, because I mean, it's quick, Sasol, airtime, beat. So if we could find a way to do that, or like a Checkers, but where people deposit money and then it goes into your account, or an accessible point for people to make online transactions, or make it cash on delivery, or it's a gap in the market.